It was instigated by Caitlin Clark. She got her comeuppance, and she was big enough to embrace it and accept it and say, yo, I deserve it. It was my turn.
Something else that I think a topic we all dig, which is some of the craziness around what's happening in the WNBA. The WNBA, a league which has existed for about 25 years, maybe a little bit more than that, I think about 30 years now, if I'm not mistaken, which has never turned a profit, which nobody was paying any attention to until the last year or so when they brought in Caitlin Clark, and they basically have been kicking the crap out of this girl. Why don't we start with the game this week that really just caught the top of everybody's mind? Take a look.
Watch when Caitlin Clark is trying to create some space. It looked like she just got hit in the eye there.
Ooh, and Marina Mabry. I missed that one, Idona.
Oh, I missed that one too.
Stephen A. Smith went on and was discussing just all the craziness around Caitlin Clark. And he kind of, I think, got it right. And I like Stephen A. He's been here. I consider him a friend. But then he had a but in his sentence that I think changes the attitude of this a little bit. Take a look.
Clearly, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, there's some resentment, as I've articulated before. What people are missing, Monica, is I have no problem with it whatsoever. Oh. Okay, yes, there's resentment because, first of all, you're absolutely right. This is much ado about nothing. In the heat of competition, tempers flare. You know, last time I checked, women got tempers just like men do. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem at all. Ain't no big deal at all. I love it personally. Now, here's the thing about it, because I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm about to say. Caitlin Clark being that golden goose per se, that rising tide that's lifting all boats. I stand by my past proclamations that there's resentment towards her because of that. But I want to take it a step further. There's also resentment towards her because she instigates resentment towards her sometimes. Oh, Caitlin could clap at you now. Yes. Caitlin can antagonize you now. Remember in college, doggy, Eminem, the whole Angel Reese thing with her started because when Caitlin was giving it to everybody else, she was the one waving in their face. And that's why when Angel Reese and LSU got a hold of her, Angel Reese was like, yeah, it's your turn. That's where it came from. It was instigated by Caitlin Clark. She got her comeuppance, and she was big enough to embrace it and accept it and say, yo, I deserve it. It was my turn because they got me good. South Carolina didn't do it to them when they spanked Iowa in the championship game, but nevertheless, she comes to the WNBA, and you see a little shove here and there. You see her throwing a little elbow here and there. You see her talking smack. Caitlin Clark does this.
Clay, I think he's right that there is resentment towards her, but the but part is the problem because then he says it's because she waves a little bit. We got video of that. So that's her move. She does that. Apparently she does that move, and that move right there is the move that leads her to getting crushed on inbound passes, elbowed to the head, and generally just having her ass kicked all the entire time. Noticing thinning hair, a bigger forehead, or more strands in the brush? You're not alone, and the Wellness Company has a solution. It's called Roots, a doctor-formulated topical hydrogel made from 7 peptides that support your body's natural repair process for visibly thicker, fuller hair. Roots works from the inside out, helping extend the growth phase, reducing shedding, and supporting follicle health with antioxidant-rich methylene blue. Whether it's postpartum, hormonal, or age-related hair loss, Roots targets the root cause, literally. Go to twc.health/Rubin and use code Rubin for 15% off plus free shipping. That's twc.health/Rubin, code Rubin.
I thought he was going to say because she's white and straight in a league that often is black and lesbian. And I don't mean that as some sort of insult in some way, just that she looks different than most people who have been in the league before. And that's why I think the analogy of Tiger Woods and Venus and Serena Williams makes so much sense because Tiger was a minority athlete. What do you call himself? The Kablan Asian, because he's got an Asian mom, black dad, but all these different ethnic backgrounds. And then Venus and Serena, certainly as black women in a majority white tennis league. What happened when they entered the league? Everybody said, hey, let's get paid. Yeah. I don't understand because even on the women front, women's tennis is a very individual sport. you're playing against everybody on an individual basis as opposed to a team basis. You've got the opportunity to ride this to a level. Do you know what the average salary is in the WNBA right now? $75K.
I was going to say 80.
$75K. I'm not trying to insult people out there, but if you are a professional at the highest level of your ability and you are a pro athlete and you make $75K, it's like embarrassing. People say they should fine the girls. Well, they would have to pay a fine of like $52.60, because that's how much they're making per game. It's like getting a parking ticket. It doesn't work that well. But look, golf and tennis, both one male sport, one female sport, said, let's all make more money and take advantage of more eyeballs on us. And they don't seem to be able to do it in the WNBA, which I think is a failure of leadership. And I also think is going to ultimately blow up in a negative way. Because to your point, Dave, women tear their ACL. I hate to say it. Women tear their ACLs infinitely more often than men do. If Caitlin Clark, she just had an injury where she was out for a little bit. If she got injured, tore her ACL, she's out for a year. I don't know that interest level is going to stay the same. You got to make the money while you can. They don't even have a shoe for her yet, I don't think. This is one of the most illogical, screwed up failures that we've ever seen in terms of taking advantage of the proverbial golden goose.